Hey, it's Steve with the Ivybot results for week number 1. Ivybot was just released on July 28th. We've just traded it for this half week now, I guess. We did have a trade, and I'll let Dan talk to you about the results. We'll have weekly updates on our results, how we're doing, and the trades that we're doing, the settings that we're using, and all that good stuff. You can check out our results. Make sure you're on an email list at ivybotreview.net. You can also find our bonuses there as well. We have a special bonus that will be available on August 11th. So even if you purchase today, you'll get that bonus on August 11th. But it's a trading system that I've developed myself, dealing with the FOMC, and more details on ivybotreview.net. Also, we'll have our brokerage statements each week, and you can find those at ivybotreview.net/results.html. We're trading with the FXDD account, and Dan will show you the results every single week on how we're trading and what profits and losses for the particular week, and we'll show you that each week as well. So we'll hopefully the Ivybot will be a proven winner over time. So far so good, and here's Dan with the results. Have a great week. Talk to you soon.
Hi, this is Dan with the Ivybot Weekly Update. I want to welcome you to this series. I hope it'll be a long and profitable relationship we have. Since this is the first update that we've done, I do have a few things to go over, including our first week of trading where we did have a trade. So let's start by looking at the trade we had. We're looking at the MetaTrader that I have the Ivybot running on. I have picked FXDD as the broker that I am going to be using for the live account. Forex Meta is a reseller of the FXDD program, so it's basically the same thing as Forex Meta. So as you can see, last week I had a deposit put in. It actually didn't show up until July 30th. I was running a demo up until then. I did not have any trades. So this is the first trade that occurred, and only trade that occurred last week. And you can see it was a winning trade for me, and it made $19.86. We're looking at the weekly statement for the account. Again, it was up $19.86, which puts our account up 4% for the week, which I view as a good start. There's a few things I want to talk to you about as far as the Ivybot goes. First of all, I highly recommend that you do it on a demo account first, so you can get an idea of how it's going to trade, what's going to happen, what type of risks you're taking, that type of thing. Now, to that end, then, we need to talk a little bit about the settings. Now, the Ivybot has take profit and stop loss numbers or calculations buried within its programming, so you don't have to set those. Now that the take profit you can actually see for each pair, it's on there. The stop loss is buried within the program. I don't know what it is because I'm not part of the designers, so the only way we're really going to find out is once it happens. That's one of the reasons why you want a demo trade. The other thing is that you can change them, and you can put in what you want, whatever you're comfortable with. Understand that that's going to change your results with the program. So I recommend that you put it on a demo account and you see what happens. Now, the lot sizes that they talk about in the book are very aggressive, and I want you to be aware of where that's at. Actually, they talked about that they may change how the program decides on lot size, because it is extremely aggressive. And here we're looking at the lot sizes that they recommend, and in my opinion, they're very high. Now, I have an account that I started with 500, and I'm putting it at 0.1. That is very aggressive. If all four pairs were to open up a 0.1 lot size, not knowing what the stop loss is, I could be putting myself at quite a bit of risk. But I am sticking with that right now. I may change that once they come out with their recommendations, or once they change how the robot works. But if you look at some of the settings, especially the 2250 with a 1 lot size, if you had all four of them open, it would be very likely that you could get a margin call on that. you have to be very careful about these lot sizes. They're looking at it just as if one trade was open at a time. And of course, we're trading 4 pairs. So it is possible you have 2, 3, or all 4 open at a time. Do I have recommendations? I would cut these at least in half. For instance, if I had $100 to $200 account size, I would probably be trading the smallest 0.01 lot sizes to start with. Now, if you're doing this on a demo account, again, you can use these lot sizes and you can see what happens. And you might see how much margin is used and what type of trouble you could get yourself into. I want to next talk about other people's settings. I have gotten a couple of emails from people offering their settings for the Ivybot, saying that these are the optimum ones. I stayed up all weekend back testing and finding the best settings possible for Ivybot. And I've gotten some emails asking me, what are my settings going to be, and are you going to share them, and are you going to back test them, and things like that. With the Ivybot, I really think that's the wrong way to go. The Ivybot people tell us they're going to give us regular updates with the best settings for the current market conditions. So why would you want to optimize them to the past market conditions over the past year, 2, 3 years, and try to apply them to the future when the Ivybot people are supposedly adjusting the robot for the optimum results in the current market? So I just suggest you forget about those other settings and you stick with the default settings, at least for now. The exception to that would be if you want to do the aggressive scalper trading settings that they give you in the manual. Those might need to be tweaked. I would start with their settings and see how that goes. And again, I would do that on a demo. I also want you to be aware that the robot right now only works on 4-digit brokers that use the MetaTrader platform. That came as a complete surprise to us. They hadn't warned us about this ahead of time. But they have since sent out an email saying that they are working on that situation and that should be fixed within a week or so. There also seems to be a problem with it working with ECN brokers, and I know they've received quite a few emails about that also, and hopefully they'll be working on that. I haven't gotten confirmation on that, but hopefully they will be working on that situation. Well, that's all I really have for you this week. I want to thank you for joining us, and I hope you join us again next week.